Hello, this is Victor, and in that video I want to give some tips when we buy second-hand in eBay, and I will give the reason why sometimes I buy miniatures second-hand in eBay, and it's at the same time it's a video response to Snail Master Wargaming, and to show some work that I did in converting or in repairing some miniatures, and why I would like to participate and win the Wyvern. So let's start. Why I buy sometimes in eBay secondhand? Well, there are two reasons. One is to find cheap products, and the other reason is because I like some miniatures that are out of production. For example, like this Razorback here, or this Land Speeder here, or even this old version of the Sentinel. So sometimes when I want to look for a miniature that is out of production, I go to eBay and I see someone is selling this at second hand. So some time ago I bought some of these Razorbacks. You see, this one was bought at the same time and is quite in bad shape in some areas. So assembly is quite decent, but if you look into the detail you will see that the paint is a little bit too thick, and this part is broken, the marine is missing here. So I bought this, I don't care. I know when I bought this in second hand that I have to do some reparations. This one that you see here that I have been repaired by me, also I had to do hard work, because this, believe it or not, this Razorback was in much worse shape than the blue one I showed before. So this was painted in black and yellow with a very bad pattern, very thick paint, and I just did some reparations. I also bought some beads from the Dark Angels. I bought all the beads that are some beads that you can have from the Dark Angels set, and I use them to improve the decoration, do some reparations, and use some pieces that I have from my beads, from my rest of beads. The same we can say about these two land speeders, sorry. So this was in very bad shape, this one here. So I bought it very cheap, so it was the reason why I acquired it. I bought it very cheap, but then I have to do a massive reparation on it. The marines that are here are not the ones that are coming normally. I was lucky that I have some helmets that are used for land speeders, and then okay, I took the advantage to drill the gun, the heavy bolter muzzle. So this was one, but as you see the antenna is missing, so I substitute the antenna with another light. So these are the things that you have to be a little bit creative when you buy second hand. This was in much better shape. Always the paint color was not the one I want to follow. I have to disassembly completely to be able to paint it correctly, and then I assemble it again. So you see, and this one I bought just because I want an old Sentinel for my Renegade army. Another reason I do is because sometimes, okay, when the new codex came, I had some of these scourges from the Dark Eldar. So when that happens and they change, but I have to keep increasing my squad in order to keep the same look of the squad. Yeah, I know that this one is not as awesome as the current ones, but I just decided to buy some to complete the squad and to have more uniform ones. Later on I will have another squad with a new design. The same is occurring, for example, in some of the projects that is waiting on my shelf. This one here, this will be a project that I will expect to do soon. So this is you see here some of the things that I acquired second hand in eBay. So once I finish with the Tau, one of the projects that I want to do is to take these ones and make them match with what I did with my jet bikes. These are quite old, but I would like them to be, and this is the reason why I bought second hand, because I want the same looking jet bikes. I don't want to mix in the same squad two different models. You see, not always is easy to repair. This one was second hand, was painted by me, but originally was something like that, where the paint, I don't know if you can appreciate here, the paint was really thick, the tail was lost in some areas. Let's see if we can have some, so you see, and then what I managed is to do something like that. So I'm quite used to do reparations on second hand, but again, if you go to eBay, you can go for two reasons. Look for things that are out of production, look for cheap things. If you go for cheap, yeah, you have to take into account that if you want some decent looking at the end, you will need to work a lot on the miniatures. You need to find a way to stripe the paint, or if you paint on top, you have to be careful, very thin layers, that you don't clog even more, or you don't cover even more the details. So it's quite tricky, and you, most of the times, if are vehicles, you will need some additional bits to complete the work. And then let's go to why to paint the Wyvern. So was also, this dragon originally was the white dragon from the old version of the High Elf. I just get this one from a friend that he wanted to paint it, and then he gave up in painting the miniature. So you see here. So what I decided is I wanted to have a black dragon, and I add here, so normally in that version, this is the metal one, was the seat of the rider. So I put these two spikes in the place, and then I just cover all the junctions with some grey stuff to avoid to see the junctions. And this was the end result. I also, if I don't remember bad, I think I also work a little bit on the horns. So this is what I want to do with the Wyvern. I like to have monsters, I like to paint monsters, so I would like to give the Wyvern a look like this dragon. So here you have the dragon that I paint, and I will use the dragon if one day I play a Storm of Magic. So that's all for this video. I think it's covering all what I want to cover in the video. I hope you find it interesting. Please like if you like it, comment and share, and thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.